Hi everyone, my name is Kayla Hawkins. I'm a distance learning student here with Chico State, and I'm here today to show you the findings of my case study. Let's get started. The subject that I used for my case study is a 6-year-old girl named Izzy. Izzy is in kindergarten. She has shown a love and great enthusiasm for art. She is funny, sassy, creative, outgoing, and loves nature. Art allows her to express her free spirit. I have 2 goals in my case study. The first goal was to see if there is a pattern in what Izzy likes to draw. The second goal of my study was to see what developmental stage Izzy's art was at. This will be according to the Lowenfield's theory about 6 developmental stages. Is she on target, above, or below the appropriate ranges? My first observation was done in Izzy's home, in her living room. Izzy likes to bring several elements to her art, humor being one of them. The picture is done with several different colored construction papers, colored pencils, children's scissors, and glue. The image is of 2 squash-type vegetables, some leaves, sticks, and rocks. The rocks are smiling, happy, and are friends. This artwork was representing her and her friend at school. This piece is naturalistic and has an element of nature. This picture is simple and in the pre-stemic stage of Lowenfield's theory, ages 4 to 7. My second observation, this image was created in Izzy's classroom. Her teacher asked the students to draw their favorite animal, then cut out the animal and draw a background for that animal. Materials used were pencils, white paper, poster board, watercolor paint, sponge paint brushes, and markers. Izzy's favorite animals are bears, so hence the drawing of a bear. The colors in this picture are in the tint and shade hues of the color wheel. The bear stands out against the dark background due to its aerochromatic harmony with its black and gray and black colors. So you can see on the drawing, she used a pencil to make a sketch of a bear, and then it's on white paper, so it's gray and white. This image again falls against Lowenfield's pre-stemic age, 4 to 7. Observation 2 continued. Another element to this piece is from the theory that the Wilsons came up with. This is a team of art educators from the 80s. And it's about graphic principles to determine the developmental stages of children's art. Here are some principles that can be applied to this image. One of the 7 principles that I noticed was the inventing of the familiar. My subject drew an animal that was familiar and special to her, a bear. Another graphic principle that are applied to this image is how the bear is portrayed on the page. A lot of children draw images at a right angle or perpendicular to the background, as you can see here. Observation 3. This image is a pot of flowers sitting on a table. Izzy drew this picture as a part of her mother's day present for her mom. I was also able to observe Izzy create this in the classroom. Materials used to create this image: colored pencils and white construction paper. This image has a very naturalistic feel. There are also a good use of bilateral symmetry in this image. If we look at the lines on the right and the left, they are very close to even. There's also an emphasis and a focal point of this picture, which is the vase and the flowers. I would classify this image under both the pre-stemic age and the stemic age, which is so 4 to 7 and then 7 to 9, just because of the bilateral symmetry of the image and the emphasis on the focal point. In my conclusion, Izzy demonstrates that she is developmentally at the appropriate age ranges and for the development of her artwork. According to the 6 stages of Lowenfield's theory of children's art, each stage is a reflection of 5 domains: aesthetic, physical, social, emotional, and intercultural. I noticed a pattern in the art that Izzy would draw. Most of her drawings were all nature-based. I believe this is definitely a result of culture and location of where she lives, in the foothills of the Sierra Nevadas. In the movement of multiculturalism in the 1980s, there is a large emphasis on how and where a child is raised that will largely impact what children draw. I found this to be very true with my subject. My goals were to see a pattern in the art that my subject liked to draw. I did find consistency in what she liked to draw. I also found that she was right on target with her artistic development. In my case study, I also found that the theory that the Wilsons came up with in the 1980s about developmental stages and motivation for what children draw to be true too. There are 7 graphic principles that can be applied to children's art. 2 were demonstrated in the art my subject created. Thank you guys for watching my PowerPoint, and have a great night. Thank you. Bye.